Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Elden Ring. Alright, so let's switch. Let's get our... Do we need a crossbow? No, we don't need a crossbow. But I would like to bring a shield if I can. Yes, I can. So I need to equip my stuff so I can do co-op, because obviously if I have the crossbow equipped, it will hinder me a bit. We don't need fire pots. I did level up a little bit. So if you look at my stats to the right, my intelligence is now 46. So it's getting up there little by little. There's certain times when co-op is actually kind of possible, but beyond that, it just seems to be just dead, which is a little unfortunate. Thankfully, most of the fights I've been doing have been successes. I think I only died once myself, and I think only one or two times the summoner actually died. And then the rest, of course, were disconnects. Alright, so people might have been screaming at their screen why I didn't go up the ladder before fighting that guy, and I should have. So we get to do all of this again. Look at all those bloodstains. Alright, so what we're going to do here is, don't mind me, we're just going to go here, run here, drop down here, drop here. Okay, and then drop here. Oh, got so close. Alright, and then... The only thing that's a little dangerous about running and jumping is if you're standing in place and you hit the run or dodge button, you'll backstep, and that can very easily kill you. Looks like some people fell off the cliff. So yeah, those soldiers, I just got, I think, about around 1,100 souls, or runes for that. That's how tough these guys are. These are regular mooks, and they're worth 4 digits. Alright, so with all that said and done, let's see if I can reach you from here with this. I managed to stagger him. Okay. I can live with that. Alright. Again, I'll point out this area is completely optional. The reward down below, assuming you can do what's necessary, is a legendary weapon, though. But it is faith-based. But I still want to show it. Also, if we can pull it off, we'll get a decent amount of runes. Hey, I got my runes back. So yeah, we can take the ladder here. Obviously we want to go down, not up, but going up. After you do your snake eater up here. Yeah, it just shows how far we fell to get to where we were originally. And that was with an elevator going up as well. Yeah, nothing here. Alright, so yeah. So this is where we fought where we ran away from the guards. The guy with the tower shield was guarding this door that could not be opened from the other side. Unfortunately, it's not much of a shortcut because we would have to fight the guards to get by it. And even if you somehow ran past them, they would follow you down the ladder. So either way, it's bad all around. And fighting them both is actually pretty troublesome because if the spear guy does his charge and you get caught by it, it will probably kill you. All right, so I went ahead and swapped in Comet Shard in hopes that I don't get myself killed. But I'm not holding much hope here. I mean, the reason why I was so reluctant to use Pebble is Pebble has very little poise damage. And Comet Shard, while not as efficient, does do more damage and more poise, so you can actually make them flinch. And bigger guys can sometimes just walk through your pebbles, which ends up being an issue. And while the rocks are definitely very powerful, they're very limited in these tight corridors. Hey, a rune arc. That'll make up for the one we lost. You gonna tell me stuff? Oh, right, I can drop down, can't I? So yeah, you can see the broken stuff there that we broke earlier. So we want to go all the way over here now. At this point, let's go ahead and pop a rune arc. As you can see, we have a decent amount of rune arcs now, so might as well take advantage of it. I believe over there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing over there, so we're just going to drop down. And you can see the cracks in that reveal this. But somehow it's a survivable fall because reasons. Alright, and then of this. Will take us down here. Which has a grace. Which makes our lives a lot easier now. Right. Oh yeah, that guy we killed I think gave us 2,000 runes or so. Definitely quite the value. Oh, okay, I saw what happened. I saw there was a body with loot. That was one of the guys that fell. So, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't really care about the drops here. Anyway, down there is another one of these guys. Who are unpleasant to deal with. One thing I will go ahead and do, because I'm not going to win this through health. We'll do that for now. I'm still going to be a little cautious about it. Alright, so we need to kill... It's either that or we have to run by him. Either way, it's not pleasant. Oops, didn't mean to unequip that. Actually, just keep everything equipped. Hello, good sir. Okay. Black Flame Monk Greaves. And here's Boss Wall. Didn't expect boss. Alright. Black Iron Greaves featuring a flame motif, attire of the Black Flame Monks. The Black Flame Monks, enthralled by the god-slaying Black Flame, became traitors, abandoning their post as guardians. The seduction of a taboo is never easily spurned. Okay. So for this fight, I think I'm going to summon the duo. I'm going to go ahead and pop this ahead of time. And we want rocks for this. Get the duo out. Run! Shit, I didn't get close enough to do the critical. Yeah, you can see how much damage he's doing. He's just shredding these guys. Got you again. You can see how much damage we're doing compared to its health. I mean, I'm doing like 1,000 here, and he's just taking it. He's gonna be a little wacky here. Shit. Shit. Yep. Back away. Back away. Oh, by the way, he's programmed to be a dick. Get away. Oh shit, I'm gonna die from that. Drink. Okay. Godskin, Apostle Hood, robe, bracelets, trousers. I'm over 100,000 runes right now. I could have done a gold pickle fouled foot. I probably should have tried it. It would have got me another 30,000, which ironically enough wouldn't be enough for another level. So yeah, sorry I was a bit. I had to go into go mode there. So obviously we're not supposed to be down here. It's completely optional. It's high level, extremely high level, purely based off map location and all sorts of stuff. Even with my most powerful spell, I still had to pop. Looks like I had to pop 3 flasks there just to clear it. He's vulnerable to physical, which is why I was blasting him with rocks. It also staggered him. I mostly used the duo just to buy time. I don't know if Littell would have been much better because she tends to hop around a lot, which makes her a little unpredictable. One bad part was the crossbowman was actually making him dodge, which was messing up some of my spells. So those first few spells were missing. But the biggest issue about him is he hits extremely hard and has tons of HP because he just simply has really, really high stats at this point. And once you get to about half life, he will go into his second phase, where he'll start including some AoE black flame attacks, and he can stretch his upper torso from his body and either do long range swipes or do a spin attack move that hits multiple times and it shreds you. And then all apostles are programmed to essentially immediately try to throw a black flame at you if you attempt to drink a flask. So that's what happened a few times there. And of course, he'll also attempt to throw it if you happen to try to move away from him and things like that. So, that takes care of this optional area we didn't need to do. And we get the Godzilla Greatsword. Alright, so Godzilla Greatsword. It's a colossal sword. Requires 20 faith and 22 dex and 20 strength to use. Scales with faith, has fire damage attached to it. Sacred sword of the Dusk-Eye Queen, who controlled the Godskin apostles before her defeat at the hands of Malekith. The black flames wielded by the apostles are channeled from this sword. The Queen's black flame set the blade ablaze with the god-slaying black flame before delivering a sweeping slash. Additional inputs allow for a follow-up attack. The black flames will continue to wear down HP for a while. So yeah, all black flame spells will do additional dot damage afterwards. They also are classified as fire damage, so it does that too. What's funny is if you happen to be immune to fire, what will happen with things that do black flame damage is it'll do initially 0 damage or minimum damage, and then the dot damage will trigger, and the dot damage seems to kind of just ignore everything. The unique skill can be pretty good if you can get it going, but it does have a bit of a setup from what I've seen. And then of course we have Godskin Apostle Hood. Hood made by sewing together patches of smooth skin, worn by Godskin Apostles. The Apostles, once said to serve destined death, are wielders of the god-slaying Black Flame. But after their defeat by Malekith, the Black Blade, the source of their power was sealed away. Alright, same thing. Same thing. And same thing for the most part. Except the bracelets. They say they're black bracelets, and that's about it. Alright, so yeah, with all of that, we are done here. So let's get out of here. So this will put us back outside. We can level up probably twice, more than likely. Oh, actually, it took me all the way outside. Okay, I can live with that. Where do we want to go? Let's... I don't remember what the boss around this area does. Around the marsh area, rather. He shouldn't be too bad, because you can fight him on horseback. And mostly it's just ads. And then around here, there's a cave, ruins, and a fort. And we do need to get to the fort eventually. So we can get a shortcut to Radon's place. So that might be our go-to. Our other option is we try to fight someone that's way higher level here and get what's there. So that's an option. So, with those options, let's see what we can make happen. I think I'll try, keyword try, to do the guardian, the tree guardian rather. Alright, level up, boo. So this will get us to 48. Alright, so we're good to go there. Let's get out of here before it hits nightfall. So it's really only bad if you arrive here at nightfall, or you rest here while it's night, in which case the NPC will actually despawn, and then that's a sign that he's going to come. Yeah. Doggos everywhere. The other option is I could go for a new spell, which is Crystal Barrage, which is pretty good from what I've heard. I haven't used it myself yet. It's like essentially a really powerful machine gun that's pretty efficient. Problem is, I would have to go through, I would have to fight yet another tough boss, and it's a boss I don't really have an answer for with my current build. Essentially, well, I guess an easier way to deal with said boss would be to get a striking weapon. That would actually probably be the wisest decision. We would actually want to go up here. I think if you go along that lower route there, those some of those boulders will actually appear and try to end your day. Is that a grace? Nope, that is a fat beetle. So I'm trying to find... Well, there's a grace down there. Yes, yes, I know, you're grouchy. Okay, yeah, we're going the right way now. There are traps in the ground, I think. Nope, they're just guys burrowed in the ground. Don't mind me, coming through. We can hop up there if you want to. Let's, guessing you're probably up front. Alright, I'm going to try to backtrack to see if I can get to the grace there. That way I don't have to travel as far. Alright. So let's go up this way, see what happens. We can summon some help, but they're really not going to be that helpful against this boss. Because this boss will probably one-shot me at this point. Okay, yeah, there's the buddy. Do I really want to summon? Fine, let's summon. And then we'll switch to you, and then rerun. Yep. Run, run, run. I'm just gonna hit you. I'm not gonna try to critically you. I like how you can shoot it sideways like this. It actually makes the shots more reliable. I'm gonna go ahead and drink now. And then run. My mount's nearly dead. Gotcha. $91,000 runes. I really should be using the gold foot. It would get me an extra level or two every time. But that's okay. Well, I'll tag this just because I can. Lightning up there. Alright, so we got some... I didn't really pay attention to which ones we got. We got the upline hearts here. Crystal tier forms slowly over the... The resulting concoction temporarily boosts all form of damage reduction. Stone barb. The resulting concoction makes one's attacks more likely to break the enemy stances. I'm not sure what else dropped. I honestly don't remember. But... I'm just more happy that I actually won that fight. Alright, well. We can get those lightning charged balloons there if we really care to. I personally don't. Alright. So this is the bridge that I talked about last video or so. There's a dragon on it that will wreck you. Yeah. There's a dragon there. And then over here, we can get ourselves another memory stone that we really don't need. But I will happily take the gold runes that are here. Alright, so for this one, there's a barrier and a grace. But the key thing to note here is the statue with the book on it is destroyed. And for whatever reason, we can't read the book, even though it's just on the floor right there. Alright, let's level up before we do anything else. Nice. Alright, well. 50 intelligence. We're getting there. I did do some I guess, compare and contrast as far as our staff options are concerned. Obviously, the big choice is whether we go carrying Glint Blade or go carrying Regal Scepter. Or sorry, no, Lusat's Glintstone Staff or the Regal Scepter. The Regal Scepter is generally good overall. Obviously, the issue with the Glintstone Staff is I think it boosts damage by like 10% or something like that at max intelligence or so. Or 10 or 11%, but at the cost of 50% increasing FP cost. So it's expensive. Supposedly the idea is to go full glass cannon with this, so you have enough mine to actually support it. So more than likely, I'm probably going to go ahead and just go Regal Scepter and play a little safer. With that in mind, that means the Scepter is pretty much not usable for me until it's at least +8. Only then would it actually kind of start will actually surpass the Meteorite Staff that I have equipped. And then I can start using things like the Moon Spell, which has a very long charge time. So yeah, we don't know what it takes to open the barrier, but you can use that wind thing here to leap onto the roof. And then drop down to here. And then you can go downstairs if you want to. There's not really any reason to. I think there's a bad guy down here. Yeah. So I got one of these guys. Buttload of HP. Okay, that does a lot more damage. Sorry if you heard that message there. Wow, you can actually nudge it away? I didn't know you could do that. So yeah, this thing's super resistant to magic, which probably makes sense due to their quote-unquote lore. It's only worth 902 souls or runes. Futility. Yeah, there's no point in killing it. But I do it anyway. Alright, and here we are. And just a memory stone. It's weird how so far there's only been one tower that's been something other than a memory stone. Not counting any of the NPC towers, of course. Heck, even the NPC towers, some of them do. Okay. So how else can I put off going after Radon? I think... going for Celia might be... At the very least, we can clear it out. We might not be able to deal with the boss. I think that'll be the situation. So let's do that. There's plenty of nooks and crannies to explore. There's even a section I'm not even sure how you're supposed to get to. It's a little hard to navigate because the place is so dark. Alright, also while we're here, let's take a look at our options for Flask. So I can restore half FP. If we had something similar to the Crimson Burst, but for FP, I would probably consider doing that. Because unfortunately the heal over time is not really... It was great in the early game, It's not. It's gradually getting less and less useful now. Alright, so... Oh, sorry, I went to the wrong place. I meant Selly Hideaway. I was like, this place is well illuminated for a hideaway. Alright. Alright. Bunch of cave moss. Sonic pool. We need to two-hand this. Hello, good sir. Alright, nice that I can one-shot them. They do have grit scraps if you need glintstone scraps for whatever reason. As always, I like to note secret passages, so I will do that now. I guess speaking of, let's take a look at our messages. I got a pour because well, my head required a head and then try gesturing, even though it's correct. And then secret passage head, but beware of pact, pour. Not sure why that's there, but okay. Probably because they're not jokes, which is apparently what everyone expects now. Alright. Time for the good times. So there's a few directions we go here. There's something down below. Progression's down that way. We can of course go that way as well. I think we might want to go down first and get that out of the way. What makes this area pretty dangerous is there are enemies that will use glintstone scraps and blast you with a bunch of bolts of magic, which can make your life a little less favorable. So yeah, if we want to go down, we want to go down this way here. So I guess the question is how do I deal with you? Look at him, he's just happy to be here. Yeah, fighting this guy is a pain. At least as a caster, because he's super aggressive. I don't really have an answer for him. Can you hang out somewhere? Are you literally just gonna hang out below me? Yeah, he's completely aggroed. If I had a way of just hitting him from a distance, that would be preferable. I mean, I do have a crossbow. Don't know if it'll be good enough, though. I really just want to cast from up here. but you can see that he doesn't really stop. Like, literally just doesn't stop. I don't really know how I'm going to deal with him. Alright then, good luck. Get out of the way. Oh, are we kidding me? Okay, got him. He teleported right into the rocks. That saved me. So they only got off a swing. And I got hit with the poison earlier. Alright, light purple boluses made from cave moss, craftable item, alleviates buildup of sleep, and then take one of these in a timely fashion to avoid such events. Yeah. So all sleep really does is just make you vulnerable to a critical attack. That's pretty much what it does. It's essentially another way of accumulating stun or stagger. Alright, so that actually went really well. I'm happy with that, how that went. Somber Force. And then you can actually hop up onto this and get back to where you were. Oh, that is an incorrect statement. This is not where we were. So you got these crystal slug things. They will leap at you, they'll bite, they'll leap at you, and they will, no. Not letting you do that. So they have a normal bite, they have a leap, they have a bolt, and then they have a breath attack that will leave stuff on the ground that will damage you. And then these guys are pretty much guys we've run into before. The big issue is whenever they crack their glintstone scraps, and they could spawn anywhere from 3 to 8 of those magic bolts, and then your life is in a less favorable state. One thing I'm wondering is if I drop down there, is there something different over there? That's what I'm wondering. Alright. So this guy... Excuse me, sir. Okay, one down. Wow, you're just swinging away, aren't you? Doesn't have a lot of HP, but they have really high physical resistance. And their body is practically a guard in itself. Jump across. Alright. Got you up there. Seek the item down. So yeah, I don't think I've ever dropped down on this side before, and I think that's what I've been missing. Because I always assumed it was all connected. Secret passage, therefore try key. I don't think I can safely drop down here, can I? Yeah, so there's that. You can see that little barrier there. That's where I've never been down there before, so I'm not sure what's even going on with that. it looks very similar to the berry that you would see at the academy. So I'm wondering if that's a thing. Because I do have a glintstone key. But yeah, I've never actually been down here. It says it's safe. It is. Just looked really far away from where I was at. And this will take me to the other side. That's actually a lot safer way to fighting that thing, by the way. What am I... Okay, I do see something up ahead. Not sure what it is, though. Gotcha. I just... Physical spell versus your magic spell. Okay, seal can only be broken by seal maker. Okay, cool. However that works. So yeah, I've never, like I said, I've never been down there, so I don't... I'm pretty sure it involves Celia in some form or fashion, but I'm not exactly sure what progresses her quest line. So we're back on this side. Okay. Let's continue onwards. Yeah. Beyond this point, it's not too bad. Yeah, we've got everything there, so we're good there. I didn't need to jump across here. There's some quest lines that literally just never progress until you're like in well into the late game. Ready is a strong word. So there's a statue of Marika there. It's actually pretty far away from the boss door, to be honest. But we get to go down this way now. Alright. So we got some snails somewhere around here. But we're not going to mess with them just yet. Instead, we're going to go up here, drop down here, and go say hello to some peoples. Yeah, beware of mages. Nope. Nope. There we go. That's a light glintstone sword. Alright. Has magic damage, scales with int. Sword with a glintstone in its handguards, wielded by scholars of the Lazuli Conspectus who seek to gain to master carrion sorcery. Deals magic damage. Apparently once used as a staff of sorcery, the sword is made of wood. Oh, did not know that. And the skill is Glintstone Pebble. A kind of disappointing thing that isn't in this game that was in some of the Dark Souls is they had catalysts that were actually weapons, like a sword that you can actually cast spells with and things like that. But it looks like they kind of dropped that instead and just made certain spells become skills as well that you can attach to weapons. I mean, it's better than nothing. I think the Glintstone Pebble that you get from the weapon skill is shorter range, but I'm not entirely certain. I mean, at that point, if you have high intelligence, you might as well just cast it yourself with a staff that's actually useful. So yeah, here you can get the Crystallion. So Crystallion Ashes. Spirit that wields round crystalline blades, both big and small. Its sturdy body, itself hewn with crystal long ago, is hard enough to blunt its opponent's blades, but blows from bludgeon weapons can shatter it easily. So depending on what type of damage types your opponent's using, Crystallions can be extremely tanky. And then, if they happen to be using blunt, then you get to cry and watch it shatter into pieces. Well done. Thank you. So that puts us here. Okay, so the fog gate's up there. Look carefully, therefore, why is it always turned back? So yeah, it's just letting you know that you may have missed something, but we've already gotten it. We did miss something back here, though. Crystal darts, which we have maxed out of. Leap. Wire head. Okay. So there should be a spot we can go to. Yeah, up here. So you can actually go all the way over here. Preserving boluses, which we're going to need in a second. Right. And here, you can get the crystal spear. Scales with int, as you probably can guess. It actually is pretty not great int scaling, unfortunately. Spear fashioned from pure crystal, indeed impossible for a human. Enwreathed with powerful magic, its attack scales with intelligence. The inscrutable Crystallions have but one clear purpose: to safeguard their crystals unto the end. One theory posits that they yearn for the return of their creator, who will carve for them new brethren. And then it has impaling thrust, which can overcome enemy shields. And you can lunge forward with a strong thrust. Yeah, I think we've seen that before. Alright. That's pretty much it here. Yes, that is everything here. Alright, so let's go ahead and progress towards the fog gate, and then cry. Which... might as well just unequip that for now. So I believe I mentioned a while back there's a boss that does rot, and that is the boss that's coming up. I mean, technically, the last boss we fought over by the tree was also doing rot, but I didn't get anywhere near it. This time, we're not going to have an option. Oh, there you are. So yeah, there's a bunch of these guys that are just going to fall down. Plop. 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 Got you both. Alright. So yeah, this fight. I don't really have an answer for this fight. I really don't. I mean, our best bet would be to use a striking weapon, like I mentioned, but I don't really have a striking weapon I would even consider using. A Morning Star. That's about all I can possibly mess around with. The blood loss part of it's completely worthless. or a club. Yeah, and everything else here is standard or pierce or slash. Yeah, I don't have much hope that we're going to pull this one off, and I really don't want to lose these runes. I could do. Let's do Sacrificial Twig, just in case. It will reduce my damage, but damage is not going to be our issue here. Okay. Drink up. Let's summon you two. So yeah, 3 of them, and they do rot per hit. Alright. Yeah, so that guy, the one with the spear, is the problem. Gotcha. That's 1 down. Ah, shit. I'm about to get rotted. Okay, 1 down. Pop one of these. Okay. Okay, I just need you to stay alive long enough for me to finish off this last guy. Okay, last one. Can I stagger you with this? Okay, drink. Drink. Crystal Torrent. And they're only worth 7,100 souls. Or runes, whatever. So yeah, on my Confessor, my summon of choice was the bird, and the bird just dies. Like, one of them will do their, either they'll do the spellcaster will do their AoE, or the one that does the chakrams will just spin and then completely stagger it, and then the bird just dies. And then at that point, I have the ranged guy throwing the chakrams at me, while the spellcaster's charging its spells, and then that spear guy is the worst. He does that stupid little hopping thrust, slowly chasing you like freaking Pepe Le Pew or whatever, and once he reaches you, he just keeps hopping and stabbing you over and over again, and just interrupting everything you're about to do. So having the duo meant that the damage was spread out a little bit, and didn't have to worry about the summon being focused down. That bought me enough time to actually do what I needed to do. And once you stagger each of them once, you can do normal damage and they'll stagger normally. But prior to that, it's a pain to get through. So, with that, we got a new spell, which is 47 intelligence, so good thing we leveled up some. Alright, Sorcery of Mysterious Crystallion. Creates a mass of crystal, then fires off shards in rapid succession. Hold to continue firing shards. The wrath of the Crystallions encapsulated in sorcery. Each shard is of substantial size, making even a stray blow capable of inflicting a severe wound. And on top of all of that, every hit that you take inflicts rot. And if you get rotted, your health is just going to drain rapidly. And it's really hard to kind of take the time to get that removed and taken care of while you have the spear guy chasing you and then everything else being thrown at you at the same time. It's just really, really brutal. So having the two be a distraction while I finish off the spear bought me pretty much everything I needed. At that point, it was essentially a 2-on-3 once that happened, and I was able to actually take control of the fight. So yeah, really happy with how that went, because we're done here for now. The only thing that remains is that barrier that I don't know anything about yet. So yeah, got ourselves a new spell, so we'll attach that to see what we can do with that. I've definitely seen people do like setups behind like world bosses where they'll set up all their buffs and all that, and then they'll just blaze away with it. So let's go ahead and switch back to that. We don't need the boluses anymore. We only used one, which was nice. The other option is I could have gotten the fire spell and equipped a seal to remove it. The only thing that's a bit of a catch about the Flame Cleanse Me, while it definitely removes poison and scarlet rot, it actually does a little bit of damage to yourself when you do it, because essentially you're burning the toxins out of you. Alright, there's a few locations I wouldn't mind taking a look at if I can. So which... On a whim, I'm just going to go check over what's over here. Like I said, I try not to spoil myself on quest, so sometimes I'm just going to go back to certain NPCs to see if they have anything additional to say. Alright, so we can play around with some spells here. We can go ahead and bring in Crystal Torrent. And then we can also take in Terra Magica. It's a bit of a setup spell. It's not going to be useful against Radon, but it could be possibly useful in other things. And we haven't had to really deal with super dodgy guys anymore, so we've been using Rock Sling, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the homing spell and just stick with what we got here. A few things I am wondering. What do I have for seals? I have Claw Mark and Dragon Communion. I can actually use either one of them as long as I have a buff, as long as I have the Great Rune attached. So we got that going for us. I'll probably just go and buy a regular one. Alright, so there's a rune. The rune's over here. There was someone that was bound to the wall, I think. But I didn't really have much to say to us, unfortunately. Hey, you.
It will do no good, I swear it. And yet you persist. You frothing degenerates.
I do know that attacking is not the right option. Yeah, no attacking ahead. You know what? Alright. Oh, hello. Ow, ow. Alright, we can get out of here. Let's go ahead and drop by Selin. Let's see if she has anything. Maybe she knows something about the barrier.
There you are. Shall we commence?
Nope, you got nothing. Alright, well, thank you for your effort. So, we can go ahead and level up again. Go up to 51 intelligence. This is one of the few times where we didn't actually get an attack point from that. And, yeah, I think that's, as a final thing, let's go ahead and get our staff a bit up to speed. The one we can upgrade. Obviously, the meteorite one we cannot. I really wonder how much of a power boost you would get for beelining to meteorite and doing the early game. The very early game, rather. Could only wonder. Alright.
Well, I took you for
Yes, I'm still alive.
your arms, then.
Try not to be disappointed. So yeah. So then, one thing to note about the Staff of Loss is the it does use normal smithing stones. And as for the number of spells that actually get boosted by this, it's not many. So unless you're just going purely a certain spell, even like some of the like ambush spells are not actually invisibility spells. So it's actually, yeah, it's a very small number. Alright, so yeah, we'll go, yeah, this one. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can get up to 4. We need a 5 and 6 and 7 to get this to a better state. Yeah, 5, 6, and 7, and then that'll get us what we need to get it all the way to 9. And I don't really plan on upgrading the sword any further, unless I happen to get a lot of spare somber stones, because at this point 7s are kind of a premium. Okay, so with that, we've taken care of most of the things. There's the dragon here, which I've not fought. There's a cave There's a cave somewhere around here, I don't remember where. That's super difficult. I don't remember what the rewards are for it. If it's decent, I'll consider trying it. I know what you can technically cheese the bear that's there. But if I do that, I'll have to do it off camera because it will take absolutely forever. So yeah, with all that in mind, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Hero. This was Elden Ring. I'll see you guys later.